And here comes the big idea. If sending your friend beers is not the kind of business you want to build, if that's not your niche, then you should look at a company like FreshBooks. How many people here have heard of FreshBooks? Okay, so FreshBooks started, I think, about 6 years out of Canada, I believe. And in July 2010, they did $1 billion in transactions. And they pretty much have really come up as a strong competitor with Intuit. Well, PayPal has invoicing APIs now. We just released them in the fall. And we are really looking for people to build something like an invoicing type app, something that's unique, something that's creating a great user experience, but you don't have to build all the machinery behind it to actually manage the invoices. You can actually let PayPal do that for you using our APIs. So let me drop out into Flash Builder and my app. Pay today, not pay up, you sucker. pay today. Let's see if this is launching. There we go. So, my fictional idea is like the guy who mows my lawn. Like I get these receipts in the mail. I gotta write a check. I gotta put it back in the envelope. I gotta mail it off to him. I gotta be honest. Like if he gets it in 30 days, he's kind of lucky. Like I'm really motivated at that moment to pay bills. But if he had an app like this where he could just pull up his customer list with my email address in there and then pull up the amount and just hit send. Unfortunately, the screen is all whack. Does anyone know how to make this smaller? Maybe if I rotate left, that didn't help. All right. Well, I can actually go in and show you. Let's go back here. Yeah, let me do this real quick though. I can actually grab this. It's just doing a remote object call, and let's log out of this guy real quick. I'll log in as the receiver, Max. Okay. So there's Max. The reason I want to show this to you is because I want you to see what the invoices actually show, how they actually show up inside someone's PayPal account. So I can go in and I can see all the invoices I've sent, and the person who gets the invoice gets notified through PayPal, somebody sent me an invoice for $50, and you can actually go in and see the layout and actually click a pay button. There we are. Okay, so here's one of my invoices I sent earlier. It's pending. I can pay it from right here, but I actually want to go in and show you what the details look like. So here's my invoice. It tells me who I'm paying. It's for mowing the lawn. It's $50, net 30, so it tells me when it's due. And I can go ahead and I can click pay if I want to at that point. So we're handling all the management of the invoices. You can create and send. You can create it and then send it later. You can update your invoice. You can mark it as paid. You can refund an invoice. You can do all of these API calls to manage the process with PayPal behind the scenes. So there it is. And with Cold Fusion, I did those really fancy helper functions with the adaptive payments, but I haven't done it with invoicing. So this is sort of what it looks like where I'm building out my objects, all by myself here. I'm doing an invoice type. I'm adding it to this list type. I'm setting up my payment arguments, and here I'm actually creating the actual invoice. I create a request envelope, and then I actually serialize it into a payload, and passing my payload into here, into my HTTP post request, get the results back, and then I pass the results into my response object, and I deserialize it. So there's a little more machinery here because I haven't created any helper functions for it, but it would be really easy to create a function that just puts all this packages it all together, just like I did with that pay request. And then down here, I'm just saying, was this successful. If not, display the error message if it was an error, or get the invoice number, and send that back into Flex.